My name is Kirill. I'm sure many of you work with Active Directory and specifically with group policies. And as we know, there is a part in group policies which is called group policy preferences. It was not always part of Windows. Previously, it was a separate product by desktop standard, which Microsoft acquired in 2006 and integrated in Vista. They never really released PowerShell modules to work with this part of group policies. There are some commandlets to work with registry part, specifically this part, I'm sorry. But all other parts, like environment files, folders, or users, and printers, and so on, they are not PowerShellized yet by Microsoft. So I decided to start a project to make them available through PowerShell. Currently, this model supports only local users and group section. But all the hard work has already been done. All what needs to support other sections has been done. I just need to describe them in the code, how to work with them. And to the demo. So currently, the model can create users. It can create regular users. It can create specific built-in users like administrators. Sorry. If you open the policy, we will see two users which I have just created. One is special user, administrator. It's a built-in user, and one regular user called my user, and with action delete. The module supports all actions, all configurations which you can define when you create user definitions in GUI. So it supports all of this already. Of course, we can also create groups with this model and put members in these groups. To do this, first we should define a member object and then create a group with this member inside. But if we refresh our group policy in the GUI, we will not see our changes because it doesn't actually reread the configuration file. Each time you do something with PowerShell, you must, and you want to review it through the GUI, you must close an existing window, if there is one, and open it again. So here we have this example group with example user. Also note that when I created this user definition, I didn't specify nothing but its name. In GUI, we see that we got a nice SID of this user. The modular resolves names in SIDs when this entity exists. It works for both users and groups. In group policy preferences, you can have several objects with the same name in a single GPO. Of course, we also support it. What we do not yet support is why you want to have several objects with the same name in the same GPO. That's because usually people do this for item level targeting. After they might want to have this group populated with these members on one computers and have for example, on desktops, and have this group populated with different members on laptops. Currently, the model doesn't support item-level targeting yet, but still can create objects with the same name in a single GPO. We can also define our objects not by names, but by their identifiers like SID. Let's create an object for GPP for group policy member. If we look inside, you will see that despite that we specified only SID, we also got a name. So resolving works both ways. We can resolve names into identifiers, we can resolve identifiers into names. And now we want to add this user into a group. But we have currently in the group policy two definitions of the same group, example group. How to actually choose into which group to add our user. If we look into the group objects, we'll see there are two of them, both are named example group, but their UID differentiates. This is a unique identifier of GPP items inside group policies. But still, which group we want to use? We have one group with an action delete and one group with an action create. There is no sense, which means that one group will be created on target computer, another group will be deleted. There is no sense to add users into a group which will be deleted. So let's find out the UID of a group which we will create. To find this out, we need to look into the properties property of an group object. And here we can see action C, action which means C means create. So this is the group which will be created. So now we can just write a simple filter where object properties action equals C. And having it saved, we can use add group member function specifying group UID this time, not a group's name. If we'll check this, here's group, and we can see there are two users now in this group. Of course, we can not just create, but we can change existing elements. We can set all groups in our group policy to be disabled. It is useful for sometimes for troubleshooting. People often use that. If something strange happens, just disable elements which may cause this behavior. This definition will still be in the group policy. You can always enable it back and do not lose your work. But still, for troubleshooting, very useful. You can do this with command line now. Of course, removal also supported. Let's remove all users. Also note, the model supports wildcards. So you can use wildcards when working with object names. And voila, we just have two groups, no users here. Also, we support working with group policies, addressing group policies objects through their identifiers, not just through their names. I'm running out of time, so I'll just want to show you. This is an address of the project. You can go to GitHub and help me to work with it, because currently I'm struggling with testing. Many use cases I do not cover because I do not know about them, I cannot think about them, but people help, specifically I want to give shout out to Chris Hill. He was of a great help for me to fix bugs and find behaviors of this model which I didn't think of. Yes, please.
Are there any plans to introduce support for item-level targeting?
Introduce what?
So you mentioned that it doesn't currently support item-level targeting.
Yes.
Is there any plans to introduce support for
Yes, of course. I have a roadmap here, and you can review it. There is item-level targeting as well.
Open an issue on GitHub, and then that's the
Yes, please. Please do open issues.